Alright, good evening everyone and welcome back for another day of games here in the RMR Open European Qualifier number 2. Could have said the full name of it, but it's already a mouthful as it is. We've got matches for seeding, of course, here. Fnatic versus Monte. It's a little bit of a banger, I'd say. Fnatic probably going to be my favourites coming in, but there's a ridiculous amount of firepower across the board for Monte as well. So in a best of one, I am not counting them out. Although Mezzy, he might be doing that for them already. Crim's going to go ahead with a quick headshot as well as they try and push out onto A. And well, so far it's a complete shutdown. Nearly a couple of trades. All that can be scavenged from Monte as Mezzy puts an end to it. 3 crisp headshots from him and a very convincing pistol round from Fnatic.
Yeah, just like that. Welcome, guys. We're underway for these seeding matches, as we said. The third open qualifier has actually already started as well. Obviously, everyone trying to fit in these matches in the midst of a very busy schedule. Fnatic getting through to the RMR officially last night after beating Havu in that ridiculous game on Nuke as well, actually, which they won the second map 28-26. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, hopefully Monte, as we say, in a BO1, always pretty scary actually for a team of this quality. Just a mixed team, not really sure what they can provide in these scenarios, but a T-side Nuke start will always be pretty tough, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if Nuke is the ideal map really for this sort of mixture playing together, but I mean, they've had kind of a couple changes. I think they were playing with Rallen and all at one point, but they have a pretty good result of set of stats rather on this map, so I'm thinking they'll be pretty solid. But Fnatic themselves also really good here. They've also got the positive, I suppose, of having a more consistent 5, which is obviously going to be a massive help. Right now, the Deagles, though, are at the very least doing some pretty good damage. They're obviously just focused on getting their buyout in this next round, so if they can even get one more kill here, punish another player, maybe even steal a rifle away to try and do something else with. And this is going to be a pretty fantastic round for them, although Crimz might have a chance to build up some easy money here. There you go.
Yeah, they've got their knives out as well. But yeah, this Monte team's pretty interesting, right? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys will know Boris from his time in Endpoint. He was pretty nuts on that team. Demq, of course, from the Ukrainian scene, and of course, Red Star's been around for ages. Quite underrated, I would say, Red Star, actually. Road 2Ks, of course, is a hugely talented player as well. He's actually going to manage to get a bomb plot down toward B, so that is a pretty significant success for a round such as that, I would say.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting the bomb plant at all. I was thinking one more kill would be the optimal result, really, especially after Crimz took out the 2 players outside already, but no, bomb goes down. It ensures they have even an op now if they want to pull it out, and decent amount of nades as well, pretty much on everyone, yeah. So nothing really lacking. Monte are going to be able to get the buyout as early as possible here, and well, with the damage that they had done, it's not much of a bonus round really for Fnatic. They've got a couple rifles being bought up. They do have an op in play as well, but in terms of money left over, it's only really 2 players who would be able to just about scrape together a buy if they were to lose this one. So still kind of all in here for Fnatic in the early stages. They need to ensure that Monte don't get any sort of control, otherwise they're going to build up a few rounds likely early on this T side. We're actually going to find a bit of a clash at ramp, deciding against taking the aggressive fight, I guess, after they heard the presence. Just put the molly down and ensure that Monte aren't going to be playing anything too quick in these early stages. It can be expected in these first gun rounds, to be fair, because of the weaker utility and such. It's a good way to exploit it.
Yep. So this little mini bracket that we've got left over now from this second open qualifier, of course. K23 versus Forza is the other BO1 semi-final. Of course, these BO1s, after the 4 BO3s that were played to decide who actually qualified, are played for seeding for the actual RMR. So it'll be, as we said, K23 Forza playing in the other one. And the winner of this will play the winner of that. And then, of course, there's a third place playoff as well to decide the final few seeding matches, or seeding positions, I guess you could say. And so far, Fnatic are holding this round pretty well as well. The first buy round, deep outside smokes come in, but pretty late, unfortunately, for Monte. So, Road 2K, Red Star, and Joe will have to find a way to cross those and get down toward B, perhaps. 35 seconds to go. Fnatic are in the best positions possible, really, for this.
Yeah, I'm not loving Monte's chances. Crimz is already tucked in on the bomb site, I believe, and he has a quick rotation that's ready to come in from ramp. That's the op in the hands of Nikodos that's taken the initial point of contact, and he's got support coming down ramp already also to help out even further. So this is not going to be easy. Monte will need straight up frags even then. They'll be fighting to get that bomb down the entire time. As you can see, Rye is not really going to give them much of a chance in that fight either. Nico does picks off one in the meantime, and there was just 4 of them here on the bomb site waiting. There really wasn't much for Monte to get done on that one, so a clean first gun round from Fnatic. Only, what, a single casualty coming through. Now they're up against an eco since no bomb goes down. Maybe a few pistols are going to be bought up, but the best Monte can ask for again is maybe a few kills, perhaps a bomb plant.
Yeah, a full deco for the Monte side. And when we were sort of scouring, you know, the open qualifiers, and we were looking at the brackets of the first couple of days, we were looking at this team. They made the, I think, the HLTV stage for the first open qualifier, but then obviously didn't make it. Second open qualifier, they got themselves to this position, and they had a pretty nice open bracket at the bottom, it has to be said. It was the middle of the bracket of this second qual that was absolutely stacked. But they've made their way through to the RMR, which is pretty wild for a team such as this, but that's a huge opportunity for them. They'll obviously be playing on LAN against some of the best teams in the world as we build up to Rio. Fasha, of course, Fnatic's new addition. Getting 3 kills against the Deagles, very comfortable, and Roy will help out as well. What do you think about? I've had a chance to chat with you, Dean, really, in the last couple of weeks. What do you actually think about the Fasha Roy combination now on this team? I think they've really picked up 2 of the most highly sought after riflers in Tier 2 EU. So I really think they can do something great.
Yeah, from what I've seen from Rye anyway over the past couple of days, he's been putting in great work for them. Obviously, got to see a little bit of him in the past on some Danish teams as well, but never really covered a ton of his game, so I didn't get a feel for exactly how he played, and it can be different when you fit into a new lineup as well, but he seems at home here on Fnatic, so I like what we're seeing. Fasher as well. I don't think I recall him being as crazy yesterday in terms of the games, but they were winning their games so easily that it really was hard to make any sort of a read on how they were playing, I suppose. As Mezzy kicks things off around that door smoke right there. Takes Demq out in the early stages. They have allowed for the crossover to Secret, but you can see they know that. They've already got a response in. They've got the player rotated down. Bit of utility to delay that push as well. And it doesn't really seem like Monte are being too quiet about the presence that they do have in position here. That one lurker they left on the outside, though, has been picked off by Nico. Does a 5-on-3 again as they try and push their way down towards B. We've seen this a couple of rounds back, and they didn't have any success getting onto the bomb site. And well, since they've now found the pick onto Rye coming down through the vent, they may want to reconsider. They've got time here.
Yep. 2K will clear out Dark as well with that Molotov. I think he might have just spotted the player advancing forward there when he jumped across that line to get back toward the vent. Crimz, I believe that was. He's now been mollied off. Fasher is now with him. This grenade could be pretty tasty toward the back of the silo, and there we go. Takes Joel down to 62. Boris is very close to the ramp, and actually Fasher doesn't check it. Unfortunately, he's only got 2 bullets left now, and Crimz will easily trade that, and Mezzy's actually flanking the flank there in Roro 2K, basically. So it's all down to Joel, and he's been spotted jumping back in towards single door as well. Nico and Mezzy can work this one out unless Joel can do something pretty special. Mezzy's only 17 health, so it's very possible. Big swing comes in, though, and Nico switching over to the M4, proving to be the correct choice. Easy trade, and that's Fnatic keeping the clean sheet intact.
Yeah, who was that? I can't recall exactly who it was in the vents, but they'd been waiting for that flank to come down for so long, and Mezzy just waited it out like a boss and chose the perfect time to come down and shoot him in the back, and I probably would have been very angry if I was the Monte player. Either way, it's 5-0 for Fnatic, a fantastic start here on their CT side, and obviously this is only a best of 1. Sure, it's just for seeding. Still, to make things even slightly easier in what is a very long run of trying to make your way to the major is always going to be helpful. Hopefully they can start picking things up here soon. Red Star having a pretty slow start, as is really the entire team. They go for full rifles here. Something quicker, maybe.
Nuke start, isn't it? It's a sort of, it can happen sometimes. It's
actually what I saw in the
yeah, exactly. It's what I saw in the other portion of the open qualifier the other day. I think it was Gamer Legion, of course, with a brand new roster. I think with Shui and Acor, who were, I think, 10-1 and 12-6 down to Anonymo, but in the end came back on CT Nuke to win the game. So you never know, Monte. If you just get 3 or 4 rounds on the half, anything can happen. Need to find a way through first, though. Wall smokes outside. This tends to be one of the main strats for this sort of level of team. to get at least some progress, but you need a bit more than that these days on Nuke. But you can get some headshots, you might get yourself some rounds. Road 2K deals with Roy outside, and they might actually choose to ignore Secret now and try and take more deep control toward Garage, but Nico will catch Boris first, so Mezzi could even peek at the right time and does. Drops the bomb as well, and I think he's aware that Joel has passed in toward Credit Card. Fasher finds him, and even after that opening pick, it's all fallen apart. Fasher calmly taps down Woro from long range, and that's 6-0.
Yeah, and without a bomb plant, without kills coming through as well for Monte, they can't really afford to scavenge together another force buy. Take a half buy, some pistols, some Kevlar. We haven't really seen anything too quick from them, in fairness, like a burst out onto the A bomb site, especially with these weaker weapons. Could be at least worth giving it a go. Well, we'll see what the plan is. A couple of Deagles in there, some Tech 9s as we said, and a lot of nades that they're going to be using towards outside. Putting them down at the very least in that direction. It doesn't seem like they actually want to move with them for now. And it's forcing a lot of the utility out of the hands of these players around main and over towards Garage, so it can make things a little bit easier if they do actually get control of this A-bomb site, limit that retake utility. Nading the door off, there was already a hole though, that's the bomb as well that gets confirmed. Even though it's dropped there and not under their control, they confirmed that no one really had moved towards outside, or that the main presence at the very least for Monte wasn't there. And well, they just mowed him down as they try and come in towards ramp. It's all on Woro, left alone. Lurking in towards the hut just at the moment, and if he tries to go forward, Mezzi should have a spot on the legs, and there it is. Another clean round from Fnatic. They're taking this quite smoothly, I've got to say. Their economy's already built itself up to pretty ridiculous proportions, considering it's only 7 rounds in, so it's now or never really for Monte if they want to come alive and have any shot.
Yeah, some pretty dirty domination from Fnatic so far. And of course, it's just a beer one for seeding. Monte will be probably pretty relaxed. After making the RMR already, of course. But I want to at least show what they're made of on the main ESL stream, of course. It's probably a big deal for some of these guys. It's been a long time since they've been involved in a game of this quality. But with this many people watching them. But yeah, just BO1s, of course, as a reminder. And the BO1 currently going on the other side of the bracket, of course, is K23 versus Forza. Winner of that plays the winner of this. And the 2 losers play the 3rd place decider, all for seeding. All these 4 teams have already made it as we go for an execute in toward A. And that's a pretty nice batch of flashes, actually. But Nico is still here on the site. And he does so much work so often in these scenarios. Almost actually takes down Boris as well with the sidearm. 3v2. And that Molotov will burn Boris off the line. They know where Roy is. MQ's shown his hand as well with that bullet close up. And it leaves Roy in a clutch. It looked promising this round for Monte, but now just 1 player remaining. Running toward heaven will be good. It should hold Crimz off, or maybe not. I think that actually exploded mid-air. And now has to make a decision where to go with the bomb. Smoking toward main. There is a gap in it. But he can go down toward the vents if he really wants to, but he's going to get caught. Maybe overthinking that play there, Oro. If he dives down the vents, he has a shot. But in the end, Roy catches him, and that's another round on the board.
Yeah, at the very least, probably could have got the bomb plant, which would have allowed them to have a pretty decent buy here. Instead, you've got 2 players who don't quite have enough. Even DemQ, you'd only get an AK and Kevlar, so it's a bit of a rough spot to be in, because I don't really love the idea of having the eco when you're down A0 either in a best of 1. So, as you can see, they are at the very least putting a bit of investment in. DemQ decides to go fully in on the AK. If he can get a kill or 2, and if they can get the bomb down, then it won't really be too big of a deal, because obviously they have that loss bonus going at max now for quite a while. Bit of damage on outside. Niko's going to have his opportunity there with the AWP up against the Scout and the AK. So 2 of the heavier weapons being sent towards outside to see if there's any sort of control that can be taken away. But the answer so far, I was going to say was no, but never mind. MQ and Joel both finding a bit of success. They get a player down secret. Boros, I would say, unnecessarily takes a peek out of hut there, trying to probe the A-bomb site. Hanging on to the man advantage probably would have been the way to go, especially since he had one of their rifles.
Yeah, it's been... That bit of peak there from Nico O'Dolls was a little bit unfortunate. You could see there was a player already on his left when he swung toward outside reds, so had no idea of that. So it was an easy frag for Monte, for Joel, I believe. So now guns can be recovered. Roro 2K now does have that AK, but Fasher is still here and spots the information. Doesn't have any utility left apart from a bit of a flashbang, so has to just fight his way out, and he's fighting his way out beautifully. That's another kill for himself. And tags Demq down to 6 health as well. And Crimz is lurking on the big flank from Secret too. If they can catch Fasher in toward Glass, which Borrow might be able to do. Oh, he just adjusts himself in the end to grab that one. Did look like a bit of lag, didn't it?
It's only when we're
Borrow in
viewing
that
him,
situation. Yeah, it seems like Borrow's maybe having a bit of a struggle at the moment. Mezzy peeking towards single door. Thinking about denying the bomb plant, but he's going to wait for Crimz instead. Low HP on Demq, doesn't matter. Insta headshot from Crimz, perfectly played. Now Crimz and Mezzy will team up together to try and find Warrow. Toward double door, it's been broken open of course now, so he can't just close it after getting 1 kill and fall back behind the angle. Still holding the bomb is Warrow. Now he'll hear the footsteps coming, trampling in. Mezzy and Crimz looking for him, holding the off angle, but so much damage done now. And I think they can just hold the bomb. Can Warrow at least find the first and then go straight to the diffuser? He can. Time's going to be pretty tight now, I think. But I think Mezzy's just got it. Oh, very close, but he makes it happen.
Damn. It didn't seem from his perspective like Mezzy was going to hop off the bomb, to be honest, so I understand at that point going for the repeat, but bit of a risk. If he had it tucked in, he likely could have taken it just on time alone. It was that close, but I mean, it was a nice attempt to even take 1 kill at that point, considering the health he was on. The problem is, a nice attempt isn't really good enough when you're down 9-0 here on the T side of Nuke, so they desperately need some round wins. Anything to get a bit of confidence going and just show them that they can actually get something done right now. Because things must feel just a bit impossible at this point. There's a bit of aggression here on outside. We haven't really seen anything like this yet so far from Rice. So it may catch them off guard, but it's only going to be 1 he gets before being taken down in return. The spam on the cross, though, could be quite effective, and there you go. Okay. Mezzy finds Joel, might even do some more damage on Warrow. At the very least, it's delaying the cross, so Burrows has 0 assistance as he moves down Secret, leaving no one there to trade as Nikodos just rattles off an easy up shot. A 4-on-2 and double digits on the way for Fnatic, most likely.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate one there for Joel. Just getting railed straight through the smoke from Mezzy. That kind of tells the tale of the game so far. Fnatic way too strong. We've both obviously got the Go TV open ourselves right now. For you to stream the game and me to be in sync with you. But I didn't actually catch how many seconds or under a second I assume that defuse was for Mezzy. I would imagine probably like 0.2 or something like that, because it was pretty close. Demq's looking for a play on the rafters and actually does find Fasher. We're going to have to drop down now, but thankfully he's got Mezzy in support. So it's a nice hold. Warrow 2k, last alive again. And I think that's about the 4th time already in round 10. And he'll get caught by Crimz. 10-0, double digits, clean sheet. Are we looking at perhaps a full sweep on our first BO1 of the day? Maybe? Perhaps? Mayhaps?
You've jinxed it now. Can't say it. Now we've got a full turnaround. Monte are going to come back and win 16-14. You've just doomed us to a very long game.
I know. I just wanted a more exciting game.
I would like that. If Monte somehow have the power to step up and give us a closer game here, please do it. But it's not looking all that likely, I'm not going to lie. Fnatic are just on point right now, and I think are probably my favourite for first seed if they keep this up.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's a bit different.
Of course, I would say K23 or Forza might be a much harder battle. That's an opening finally for Monte. Maybe jinxes truly are real, because Joel could be about to get a second kill here toward Fasher, toward Glass, and there we go. Finally, a bit of a faster play from Monte. They've tried to take it slow and carefully. Hasn't worked, and this time they decided just to hold W. And I can assure you jinxes don't exist, because this has actually already happened. Of course, there's a Go TV delay. I wasn't jinxing that. It wasn't me. Honest, I promise, it's a 5v1.
You have no way of knowing that you didn't jinx it, though.
It's going to be a 10-5 half now, Dean, you reckon?
No, I think they might be able to get maybe 2 more rounds, though. That'd be nice. At least up towards 3. Fnatic have been pretty fantastic. They've still got money here to keep the pressure on as well. So unless Monte can break them here with 2 more in a row, then I don't think they're going to be going up towards 5. But never know. It is possible. Nikodo's not going to save his op, sadly. 1 casualty in the end for Monte. It's a pretty good turnaround compared to how these previous rounds have been going. I think they'll take it. They even get the op for Burrows. Well, he picked it up, sorry, so he'll drop it back to Warrow.
It's good though, right? There's a couple of scenarios in games where you have a team winning 10-0 and the CT's economy, in this case the CT's economy, actually is pretty bad because so many rounds have been really close, but Fnatic have been quite comfortably making their way through a lot of these, so thankfully they've got plenty of money for probably another buy after this, actually, to be fair. So Monte need to get at least a couple more rounds of good damage to break the Fnatic money. And of course, then we're nearing the end of the half, so I would say I agree with you. Maybe 3 would be perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, 5 would be ideal if they could get it. I just feel like Fnatic are here to put up a fight, of course, and they're not going to make that easy. Using a lot of their nades here early on, though. Monte have gone back to a much more passive play, and unfortunately, by the time they go forward, it was just perfectly timed mollies coming down, rather. Which, of course, forces the push mostly to be focused from the door, slowing them massively and forcing them down towards B in the long run. I believe they at least do have the bomb on the back there of Red Star, so it's going to be planted, but now they have to hold off with just these 2 players while that op manages to somehow come around and help them out. And actually, he's going to do the job by just cutting off the rotation of Mezzy.
He's got a long way to go, though. Red Star stuck in the corner, yet to get a kill in the game. Needs to step up right now. Thankfully, he's being helped out by Joel, but Red Star still can't get on the board. Crimz takes him out. And now Joel is really the only one here. Waro2k is sprinting to come and help out. Almost actually wallbangs him down, but gets a bullet through the door in response. Nico's trying to hold the bomb. Now he'll be covered by Crimz, but it's a lovely lineup for Joel. He makes it happen. And Monte get their second on the board. And now, as I mentioned, with the money on Fnatic, 4, perhaps even 5, isn't beyond the realms of possibility.
Well, this one's almost a given. Most likely. I mean, a few pistols being upgraded. Fnatic have had their moments, so I wouldn't completely count out the pistols from being able to take out a few players, maybe steal some weapons and cause some trouble, but Monte definitely shouldn't be letting this one slip anyway. It's their best chance to start building up their half into a somewhat respectable position. There's Crimz already gone, and you can just see a bit more confidence being shown in the plays from Monte. Even if they're maybe not feeling the most confident, they know they kind of have to force the issue. Sitting back in the slow defaults hasn't really been going too well for them. As they trade effectively, rather, down on towards that B bomb site, and well, yeah, I mean, considering it was looking like there was going to be no rounds at the halftime for Monte, you've got to say it is certainly a bit of a recovery. But even with the pistol round going in their favor, if they lose a gun round and at any point manage to get put down onto an eco or a double eco, they'd be completely screwed. So it does need to be a very, very strong CT side now moving forward. Again, it's only seeding on the line, so it's not like it's the end of the world. At the very least, they got the main pressure off their shoulders of qualifying already at this point of the RMR. But the easier you can make things for yourself there, of course, the better. So Monte's still going to give their all here to see what they can turn around, and looks like we're getting back into things pretty quickly. Crimz was the last one to ready up, and here we go.
Nice, nice. Yeah, sorry about the little dropout. It was Dean's PC. It can have anyone's PC can have a fit at some point, but
Getting a new GPU at this point.
Dean's PC decided, listen, we don't want to see any more of Monte struggling, and they saved our eyes from that. But it's fine. We're back into it now, and obviously we'll try our best to smooth it all out when we get to the next game. Running, of course, it's just a BO1 proceeding. It's not a big BO3. Just a couple of BO1s today on the main stream. Of course, the third open qualifier is also underway, which is being covered by the B stream at the moment. Matches we have as well. Still need to qualify as Nico goes hunting outside on the T-pistol. That's a beautiful tap toward Joel. Insta with that P250. He's even on low health. Stops Waro. And it's going to be pretty easy in the end unless Red Star can do something about it. That's a kill for him. Obviously struggled significantly in the first half. Looking to make it 2. There we go. This round to become a little bit more possible. Bomb's been planted on A. And Roy's low. And Red Star has that kit still. So it's vaguely possible, this one.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely got to give it a go at the very least. As you said, Red Star with the kit can cut it down that time, but it's about getting these initial kills. Even with Rye on low health, just a numbers advantage, being able to waste a few seconds baiting off of each other, as you can see with Rye just keeping Red Star busy. It's all they need, really. The bomb's already ticked away, and even with the kill at this point, it would have been impossible. So, yeah, save it over, have a little bit of extra something to work with in what is probably going to be a force buy here in the next round, but I do not love their chances. It's Fnatic heading up to 13 rounds. Probably feeling a bit unlucky at this point.
Yeah, it's only 3 away now from what feels like the inevitable. But, yeah, it's not really much Monte can do in that scenario. They obviously had the kit, but fnatic had all the positions, and the crossfire set up on the A-bomb site. Strategy for Fnatic. 2 MAC-10s, an AK, and 2 Galils. Are they going to go fast? Are they going to take it slowly against this obvious force buy from Monte coming in? 4 deals for FAMAS. It's usually take these a little bit slower when your opponents are full sport. Yeah, don't worry about the game volume, guys. Of course, with Dean's PC crashing, of course, sometimes it can reset some volume stuff.
Oh, a reset? So I can turn it up a bit here. I have it down slightly on OBS in case I ever need
so game volume needs to be lower, I think.
Lower.
And caster volume needs to be up slightly. So don't worry, guys. We've got you. I'm keeping up to date with.
I didn't bother reopening Google Chrome just in case the extra stress makes me crash again. So.
Fair play. Yeah, listen, we have to take everything a bit more carefully when you've had one crash, you know?
Yeah.
You need to be, you don't want it to happen again, so that's the sort of strat we go for. Flasher gets his second round, probably get punished, and there we go, finally makes it happen. And Joel will get his 1 kill and fall away with that MAC-10. But Fnatic have control toward outside now with Roy and Nico. Don't blame yourself for the production, guys. Blame Dean only. I'm kidding. I love Dean, but it is Dean's PC, not Dean himself.
It is basically my fault.
Just to be clear.
In fairness, I haven't had any crashes other than when streaming, so I think it might be something wrong with my GPU, and it's not liking the streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a PC issue, not a.
And Wolfie's PC died completely yesterday, so I don't know. Maybe it's just these
really?
Streams. They're cursed. Okay. You're next, Travis. No?
Yeah,
start all this trash talk. You're next.
100%.
Nice shot by Joel. Unfortunately, he gets wall banged to bits, and Red Star doesn't even get the finish there. The nade should do it for him, but I don't think there's really anything else he can do there about the bomb being planted. Spammed heavily through the smoke before he's even able to spot anyone. And it's an easy finish for Crimz. 14-3. They're almost at the finish line. They can see it. And while considering this one's another just straight up force buy from Monte, there isn't really going to be any resistance for them to get across it. Nothing substantial anyway.
Indeed. Right now for Monte, this is just obviously a little bit of practice for them in some sense. They're playing against probably the best team they've played against in the entire qualifier. So just seeing how they fare. And of course they will be playing the 3rd place decider match after this against one of K23 or 4. So I'm not sure actually what the score is of that right now, but I'll double check in a second. So the final coming up, when/if Fnatic win. It'll be against either one of those two, K23 or Forza, to decide the #1 seed from this particular qualifier.
The loser gets to play again anyway, I believe, to decide the 3rd and 4th seed, so...
Yes.
It's not like they're done with games, they still get a little bit more CS action. Try and put in a good showing to, at the very least, redeem yourself in that respect. Again, it's the seed that they're playing for, and while it's important, you can brush it off if it doesn't go well, because they've got the main thing, which is the spot at the RMR.
Exactly. And there are some teams which most certainly do not have that yet. Astralis, Entropic, Movistar Riders, to name but 3.
Astralis, damn, yeah. I don't know how things went so poorly for them. Nearly lost to a 256 seed team in like a double overtime, and then they lost their next game to another random team, 16-14.
Absolutely right. Yeah, pretty wild situation. They're now plying their trade in the 3rd qualifier, at least when they get through their first 5. Seeing some of that later. Nice entry from Fnatic toward ramp. 2 picks coming in from Fasher and Crimz. At least for Monte, the trades were even. So they have got a 3v3. It's Fnatic entry toward the B site. Fasher can now plant the bomb. He can plant it safely as well with that smoke up towards single door. Glass is exposed. Fasher needs to be careful. There are now 2 players here. Make that 3 players here. Will open the door and will catch Fasher. Good find. So now it's all Crimz. They do. There's one for Crimz, and he'll fall back behind the line as well to be extra safe. Both these 2 Ts are both very healthy, 100 HP, nothing to worry about. And of course, on Monte, Crimz tapping down a second, and there's Nico peeking for the help. That wasn't even required, probably. And Fnatic will make it 15. Good stuff. Turning the sound is perfect now, Dean. Good
Oh,
stuff.
cool. That was just a bit of a guess, to be honest. I just dropped it about 7 decibels because I can't actually hear it.
Listen, it's all the experience over the years. You've nailed it. Easy.
I mean, it's a better buy than it was in the last round. Nades-wise, maybe not, but the firepower is definitely a lot more than it was. Even then, though, 1 M4, 3 FAMASs, and a Deagle, considering they've struggled on full buys time and time again. I do not love their chances. Let's see if I can take over observing a little bit. Auto Director is not always the best, especially on a map like Nuke. Half the time it doesn't know what's going on. Trying to club, I suppose. I kid.
Source 2 will fix that, maybe? Keck W?
I mean, maybe.
LOL.
It's not really something I thought about, but if it could fix the auto director, that would be.
I really hope so. It's one of the main annoying parts about auto director that it occasionally decides third person is a good way to go toward the end of a game. Try and help out. And Boris actually gets 2. That's a really nice lineup, but the trades from Roy and Crimz are instantaneous almost. Red Star fighting outside with the Deagle. Joel's now flanking towards Secret, but he's going to get mollied off right now, so that's not the best. Roy's got so much control as well. Could be a few seconds away from Fnatic making it through here.
Well then, Joel not even really getting to show himself before just the tip of his head was spotted. And bombs were still dropped on outside, but they're not really in a position to hold it, as you can see. They've just been forced back into the A bomb site. Basher is about to be spotted. The timing for them two is horrible, though. He himself was spotted going back into the corner, allowing Fasher to prepare, leaving it all on Red Star. And again, another somewhat hopeful looking round for Monte. Just begins to crumble away in the end. What the hell, Red Star? Ooh. I could feel the third one coming to him, but no, unfortunately, he was not expecting that peak a little bit further back from the hood. It's a 16-3 in the end. And while you had a couple moments from the individuals of Monte, unfortunately, that just wasn't really the performance we were expecting or hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I think Monte, of course, are a very scary team to play in BO1s. I think that's pretty understandable, but yeah, it's kind of is expected for Fnatic to make it through. So they will play the winner of K23 and Forza.